Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to solve LeetCode problem ID 2593. Find score of an array after marking all the elements. In this problem, we are given an array nums consisting of positive integers. Okay, and what we have to do? Starting with score equal to 0, apply the following algorithm. This is the algorithm, or you can say operation we have to perform. Choose the smallest integer of the array that is not marked. If there is a tie, choose the one with the smaller index. Choose the one which you are encountering first. And then add the value of the chosen integer to score. And after that, mark the chosen element and its two adjacent element if they exist. And repeat until all the elements are marked. So we have to perform this operation until all the elements in the array are marked. And after performing these operations, just return the score, whatever score you are getting. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to pick the element with the least value, lowest value. And if there are multiple elements with the lowest value, let's say here in this array, we have only one appearing one time. If one is appearing two times, because one is the least element. If one is appearing two times, I'm going to pick the one which is coming before, which is having lower index value. So as per our operation, we have to first choose the least value. Least value is 1. First step is done. Second step is add the value of this element in my score. Score plus equal to 1. And what is the third step? I have to mark current element and the previous element to this and the next element. So let's say this is the index idx. Idx element is the element with the least value. I will just add the value of idx in my score, and after that I will mark idx minus 1 and index plus 1 as visited. If they are marked visited, it means in the next operation, next iteration, I am not going to pick it. So these three elements are marked. When I do the second iteration, I have to pick the least value which is not marked. So that would be 2. In that case, index, I have got the index which is equal to 5. So I will add the value in my score. So score was initially 0, and in my first iteration I added 1. In my second iteration I added 2. And then I have marked this one, and the next element is not there. So these three elements are marked. Now this is the state after two operations. Now I have to pick the least value. What is the least value which is not marked? There is only one element. So 4 is the value which is not marked. Here index is 3 and value at index is 4. So that value will be added to score. And after that, mark idx, which is 3. Minus 1 plus 1 is already marked. So now all the elements are marked. I'm not able to pick any element. So my operations are over, and now I have to return this value 7. So 7 is going to be my answer of this example. I hope the problem statement is clear to you, that we don't have to do anything special. Just whatever given is the problem statement, choose the smallest integer, and if it is not marked, if it is a tie, choose the one with the smallest index. Okay, fine. idx is chosen, and then add the value of the chosen integer to score. Added the value at that index to my score, and then marked index minus 1, index plus 1 as visited, or you can say marked. So what is going to be our approach? In this case, we are picking the smallest value first. So whatever is the smallest value in this array, I am going to pick it. And after that, the next smallest value from the remaining element. So what is the smallest value? 1 is the smallest value. So I am going to pick 1. And after that, 1 is marked, 2 is marked, 3 is marked. I just have to ignore those marked values, and then I have to pick the next least value, which is 2. So here I am picking items in a sorted fashion. So I'm definitely going to sort this array. I have sorted this array, but you have to make sure when you are picking one, you need to keep track of the values which you have marked. if you are picking 1, you need to know the index, that 1 is at index 1, and I have to mark index 0, index 1 and index 2 as marked. So as you are marking indices, so we also need to keep track of indices along with the values. So we are sorting the array, but we should also maintain their index. So here instead of sorting these values, I can perform some kind of operation that we will also be able to attach their indices with their values. So if I do something like this, 2 is at 0 index, 1 is at 1 index, 3 is at 2 index, and so on. If I convert my given array to this array and then sort this array on the basis of their values, after that I will be able to get the values and along with the corresponding index. So if I sort this array on the basis of their values, it will become like this. If two elements are having same values, 2 and 0, they will be sorted on the basis of their index. Okay, so this is nothing, just a sorting logic where I will be putting my own comparator. Okay, array is sorted, and in this case I'm clear that I have to pick element from left to right. First of all, I will be picking the least element. I have picked it, and then what I will do is I will add its score. I will add its score to my answer, score plus equal to 1, and then mark the adjacent elements. To marking the adjacent element, I require the index. I have the index is 1, so I need to add or store the indices somewhere. So to store these indices, I can use a hash set. Hash set will keep tracking the indices that are marked, and we cannot use it. So 1 we cannot use it, and 1 minus 1 is 0, 1 plus 1 is 2. So these three indices I cannot use. Okay, so this is fine. And now when I come here, I started my iteration from index 0. I'm able to process it. When I come to index 1, it will tell me that this index is already marked. It is already present in the set, so I am not going to use it. When I come here, its index is not yet marked. I can use it. So if I am using it, I will just pick this element and then add its value to the score, plus 1 plus 2. Okay, and I will mark their indices. 5 I have marked. 5 minus 1 is 4, and 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 minus 1 is 4, 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, I have marked these indices. So now when I'm coming here at this index 3, 2, 2 index is already marked, so just skip it. When I coming here 4, 3, 3 is not yet marked, so I can pick it. I'm picking this, adding the value to the score, and then marking index 3, index 2, 2 is already there, and index 4, 4 is also there. It's a set. Every element is coming only once. Okay, so now I have processed it. When I'm coming here, 4 is already marked, so I'm skipping it. So what is my answer? Answer is 7. So this approach is working fine. So what I did is I captured the indices along with the values, and then sorted the array. Sort the array along with capturing indices, and then maintain a hash set to store the marked indices. Okay, yeah, this much we have to do. So what is going to be the time complexity in this case? Here we are given an integer array, and what we are doing is we are sorting that integer array with our sorting logic. Whenever we sort something, the time complexity is order of n log n. And after the sorting, what we are doing is we are iterating over the array and then performing the logic. Then iteration is going to take order of n time. So overall the time complexity is going to be order of n log n. And are we using any extra space? We are taking this hash set to keep track of the marked indices, and this can go till order of n. So order of n is going to be the space complexity. So this is the time and space complexity. Now let's quickly code this approach. Here first of all we need to sort the array after capturing their indices. So to capture their indices, I need to take some kind of 2D array. Let's call it array of new integer of size n and 2. One for value and one for index. So what is n here? nums.length. I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. I will be storing the value and the index. Array of I and 0 is going to be the value. What is value? Value is nums and I. Array of I and 1. What is index? Index is I. So index and values are stored, and now I just have to sort it. Arrays dot sort my array based out of this custom logic function I'm going to give. This is considering two parameters, y and b. A and b are two integer array, two pieces of this array, which is at 0th index I'm having value, at first index I'm having index. So how we are sorting here is, first of all we need to get the least value, and if there are multiple least value, let's say 2 is occurring more than one time, then I will pick the 2 with the least index. So if two least values are same, let's say a0 is equal to b0, two values are same, then sort according to their index. Elements are same, sort according to their index. If they are not having same value, then sort according to their value. a0 minus b0, and sort in increasing order. Okay, now sorting is also done, and along with sorting I also need to take a hash set of integer set new hash set. What we are going to store here in the set? The value or the integer? Index. So what we are going to store in this set? Value or the index? We are going to store index. Whatever is the marked index, I'm going to store in this set. Now what I have to do is, I will be iterating over this array and keep performing my operation. This is also of size n, I less than n, I plus plus. First of all, let's get the value. Int, what is value? ARR of ith element, 0 is the value, and at one index it is index. So if set dot contains this index, if this index is not visited, only in that case I am going to use this index. And I also need a variable score. Score is initially 0, and then if it is not visited, then just add its value to the score. Okay, and then mark the index and -1 + 1 as visited. So set dot add idx plus 1, idx minus 1. These were our two operations. Choose the smallest integer. I have chosen it because it's already sorted. Add the value of the chosen integer to the score. Yes, I have added it, and mark the chosen element and two of its adjacent element if they exist. Even if they do not exist, I am not worried about that. Just mark it in the set, and in the end return the score. That's all we have to do. Running over sample test cases. Sample test cases are passed submitting the problem. It is giving me wrong answer. Why it is giving me wrong answer? Because it is expecting long and I have initialized score as integer. So if I mark it long, it should be submitting. Submitted successfully. I hope you understood the approach. Thank you guys. Bye bye.